Hello friends! Today we are making juicy pork skewers, and you will definitely want to stick around to see my special sticky glaze. Let's start by taking about 1.1 pounds of fresh pork and patting it dry with a paper towel. Now let's carefully cut this pork into nice even cubes and place them right into a large glass bowl. Cutting the meat uniformly means every single piece will cook perfectly at the exact same rate. Making skewers always takes me back to summer evenings when my kids were little. We would gather in the backyard, laughing and watching the sunset, while my husband manned the grill. He always said food tastes better when it is shared with the people you love, and I wholeheartedly agree. Cooking is truly my favorite way to show my family just how much I care about them. Let's nicely sprinkle a good pinch of pink Himalayan salt right over our cubed meat to ensure the pork is wonderfully seasoned from the very beginning. Now let's carefully grind some fresh black peppercorns directly over our cubed pork. Freshly cracked pepper always adds a lovely warm kick. We will gently sprinkle in 1 teaspoon of chili flakes for heat. Now let's sprinkle some dried oregano over the meat and mix everything thoroughly by hand. Massaging the spices in directly ensures the flavor really penetrates. By the way, I would love to know, what is your favorite side dish to serve with family dinners? Tell me down in the comments. I enjoy reading them. Let's pour in 1/3 cup of savory soy sauce for a nice deep flavor. Let's take half of a fresh lemon, cut it in half again, and squeeze the bright juice right over our meat. Lemon juice is fantastic because the gentle acidity works as a natural tenderizer, breaking down the pork fibers so our final skewers will turn out incredibly soft. Next, we will drop in 1 tablespoon of tangy mustard. Mustard is a classic marinade ingredient that wonderfully binds all of these different flavors together into a savory blend. Now pour in 1/4 cup of sweet honey and gently use our silicone spatula to mix it all up nicely. The honey balances the salty soy sauce beautifully and will help create a gorgeously sticky, caramelized crust on the pork later. Taking the time to balance sweet and savory notes is my absolute best trick for amazing meals. Let's grab a fresh onion, chop it into large pieces, and carefully separate the sturdy layers by hand. Onions are absolutely essential for a good skewer because they add a deep, roasted sweetness. A quick tip for you: storing onions in a cool, dark pantry keeps them fresh for weeks, which really helps to save on grocery money. The aroma is already incredibly inviting. Toss those beautiful onion layers right into the bowl with our meat, and use the silicone spatula to thoroughly stir everything together. We want those thick onion pieces to mingle with our sweet and savory marinade so they absorb all that wonderful flavor. Mixing it well ensures every single bite of our finished dish will taste amazing. Now we will take a crisp red bell pepper and cut it into big, chunky cubes. Bell peppers bring such a bright, cheerful color to our dinner table, and they are packed with vitamin C to help support your family's immune system. If you ever have leftover pepper scraps, just freeze them in a small bag so you can easily toss them into a soup later without any waste. Add those vibrant red pepper cubes into the meat mixture and give it another good fold with your handy silicone spatula. Look at how beautifully the bright red contrasts with the rich, dark marinade. The vegetables are going to roast up so wonderfully right alongside our tender pork cubes today. Let's cover the bowl with a plastic bag and leave it to marinate nicely for exactly 1 full hour. After 1 hour, remove the plastic bag. Now comes the fun part. We start threading the marinated meat and vegetables onto our skewers, carefully alternating a piece of pork, an onion, and a red pepper. There is something truly therapeutic about assembling a hearty meal by hand. It is a quiet process that connects you to the food you prepare for loved ones. Making these colorful skewers reminds me that cooking is a beautiful language of love. Let's pour a drizzle of olive oil directly onto some parchment paper lining our baking sheet. This ensures nothing sticks. Speaking of baking, I am so curious about my wonderful community. What city or country are you watching this video from right now? Please drop a quick comment below. I love reading them. Preparing your pan properly saves you from doing a lot of hard scrubbing later. Let's carefully lay our beautifully prepared skewers right onto the parchment paper, and then pop the baking sheet into a preheated oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. While our meat safely bakes, let's place a nice skillet on the stovetop burner and pour in a generous splash of olive oil to get it slowly warming up for our side dish. Now we will take a couple of potatoes and slice them into long strips. Potatoes are incredibly satisfying, and they provide wonderful dietary fiber, which helps give you a nice feeling of lightness and energy throughout the entire day. Buying a big bag of potatoes is one of the smartest things a home cook can do to stretch the family budget, because they are cheap, filling, and last a very long time in a dark cupboard. They are the perfect rustic side for our sweet pork. Let's add those freshly cut potato strips directly into the warm skillet. Give them a nice stir with your handy silicone spatula and put the lid right on. Covering the pan traps all that hot steam, which helps the potatoes soften up perfectly on the inside while they gently fry. It is such a wonderfully simple cooking method. Our 30 minutes are up, so let's pull the baking sheet out. Now we are going to generously brush all the hot skewers with a thick, smoky barbecue sauce on every single side. This is where the magic happens. The savory sauce mixes with our honey marinade to create an unbelievably gorgeous, shiny glaze. Sending them back into the oven for another 15 minutes allows that sweet barbecue coating to bubble and caramelize perfectly around the edges of the meat. You can almost hear the gentle sizzling as the sugars begin to melt and gently hug those tender pieces of pork. The smell of roasted onions and smoky sauce filling the kitchen right now is absolutely spectacular. Let's carefully remove the lid from our warm skillet and use the silicone spatula to give those potatoes a really good stir. They are developing a lovely golden color now. Turning them ensures they cook evenly and wonderfully prevents them from sticking to the hot bottom of the pan. Next, we will take several fresh garlic cloves and nicely slice them into thin rings. A gentle tip: I always like to wait until the potatoes are mostly soft before adding my garlic. If you add it right at the beginning, it can easily burn in the hot oil and leave a terribly bitter taste. Slicing it instead of crushing it also gives us a much sweeter, milder flavor that pairs so beautifully with earthy side dishes. Fresh garlic is just the perfect comforting touch. Toss those sliced garlic rings directly into the warm pan and stir them in with your silicone spatula. Instantly, that wonderful, mouth-watering aroma completely blooms in the heat and makes everything smell so incredibly good. Now let's grab some fresh mushrooms and slice them nicely. Mushrooms act like little culinary sponges, naturally soaking up all the delicious oils and garlic flavor in the skillet. Remember to just wipe them clean with a damp towel instead of running them under water, so they stay beautifully firm while frying. Adding mushrooms is a fantastic way to make a simple potato side dish feel much richer and significantly more satisfying for a hungry family after a very long, busy day at work. Drop those freshly sliced mushrooms right into the skillet with the soft potatoes, and gently use your silicone spatula to fold them in. They will cook down gently, releasing their rich, earthy juices to beautifully help deglaze the hot pan. This classic combination of hearty potatoes and soft mushrooms is purely perfect. Let's sprinkle a little pink Himalayan salt over the pan to wonderfully season our vegetables. Now we will thoroughly grind some fresh black peppercorns directly into our hot skillet and give it all a really nice stir with the trusty silicone spatula. That lovely, gentle heat from the cracked pepper wonderfully brings out the deep, savory notes of the tender mushrooms. Next, we are going to loosely sprinkle in half a teaspoon of dried rosemary and stir it in using our silicone spatula. Dried herbs are wonderful for hot skillets because the warmth quickly wakes up their essential oils, filling the room with a wonderfully comforting, earthy aroma. Let's grab fresh parsley and finely chop it up. Adding fresh herbs right at the end of cooking is my favorite way to brighten up a rustic side dish. If you ever have extra parsley, try putting the stems in a little glass of water on your counter. It will stay crisp much longer, saving you from throwing wilted greens away. The vibrant green color is going to look so pretty scattered right over our golden potatoes. Generously sprinkle that freshly chopped parsley all over our hot potatoes and give it one final toss with your silicone spatula. The heat makes the parsley incredibly fragrant, and our gorgeous vegetable side dish is now completely ready. Let's safely pull our baking sheet out of the oven. Those skewers look absolutely sticky and perfect. Let's carefully arrange these beautiful skewers onto a nice serving plate, right alongside a generous portion of our fried potatoes and mushrooms. Just look at this gorgeous meal. The sticky caramelized pork looks amazing, and the fragrant potatoes complement it perfectly. It feels like a real summer barbecue indoors. Wow, the meat is incredibly tender. If you enjoyed this recipe, please subscribe for more. Have a lovely day!